And what is up, world? You are in tune to the Know It All podcast. You got your host with the most in the building. And before I introduce my host, I have a congregation that I need to tend to. We have to tend to this congregation. Yeah. The matrix population needed to be already be dealt with. If from the chat, they needed to go from the chat. They needed it. They needed it.
The escort from Slowpoke Rodriguez to the Matrix. The escort. The escort.
Who needed it the most? Who are we referring to?
We were referring to Tim and Claude. They both had to get it. They were ready. I guess they, what I'm saying, for the week, they needed something, that holdover from last week. They needed to get back to the Matrix. They left something there. But, you
they needed a fix. They needed a fix.
They needed a fix. They needed a fix already.
I feel them.
And we had to go on and take care of it early. But Big G, man, how you doing this week, bro?
I'm doing well, man. Just want y'all to see, Big G hardly ever wears cap facing forwards. But, we'll get to that. That's the topic of the show. A couple of people in the live chat today been talking mess to me behind closed doors about what the Cardinals was going to do to me or do to my team. But we'll get to it. But I'm having a decent day. It was topsy-turvy earlier. But we here. We ready, man. You know how we get out on the KnoItAllz crew. Let's go.
We are. And what's up, Tate, man? How you doing, man? What's good with it?
Ma, what's good, man? I'm feeling pretty good, man. It's my bad, everybody in the live chat that we was a little late today. I had unexpected company stop by last minute, and I was told them I had to be ready at 6:00, and they left about 5:58. So this guy, your Big G, I'm feeling the same, man. Did you see that in the homies thread that I sent?
I seen it.
Did you hear this?
Yep.
You know what that's for?
Of course I know. That's that Cash App, PayPal. That bad baby was jingling, lingling.
I sent that to pay. That's my Cash App up there.
Yeah, give my bread.
Go ahead and send that because the Reds beat the Cubs in this first series of the year.
Yeah, come on. Go pay my bread.
Deuce 5, 20 in the nickel pay.
Yeah.
Drop it like it's hot.
So
20 in the nick.
Here's the deal. I got to deal with this. I got to deal with it. Listen, first and foremost, make sure that you like and subscribe. Like us on Facebook. Subscribe on YouTube and Twitch so that when we go live, you'll definitely get those notifications. And here to tell you that the Know It All gang is here, and we're about to get this party started. But I got to deal with this comment though.
Yeah, White Claw said we're hiring none of us, man.
Because he's talking about we being late. Claude, listen, the over-under has already been out there, man, but you got two. You got two of your first ones, you know what I'm saying? You got two. Go ahead. We're going to give you your two. And I hope you feel good about these two. You know what I'm saying? I hope you feel good that you got put in early and often.
Hey, man, I respect what Claude's saying, man, but our talent is so great, Claude. We supersede time, man. I mean, if I come in I ain't worked in about 5 years now, but when I would come in to work, my director, I just had to come in for a day of work and put in the time. I ain't had no time to be there. You know what I mean? So I'm not used to working on the clock. Some people got there at 8:00 in the morning. I could get there at 9:30, 10, but then I would turn around and stay to 5:36. Yeah. Just when I get there, I'm gonna get the work done in a good way.
And that's a good thing. But man, we're gonna get this party started. But first, man, we're gonna get to this. And we are here. We are in full effect. And after, You're definitely right. You know, after it said whenever they get here, it's on time. You're absolutely right. But we do definitely have a set time. We just, had some things, technical difficulties. They happen, man. It just is what it is. But listen, man, we had a great week in sports, man. There's some great things that happened. One thing I'm just godly proud of, man. One thing I am so proud of is that MLB add the Negro League stats to the record books. Mm-hmm. I want to say it's about time. I want to say that they right it or wrong. I feel like there's more that could be done and more that should be done. This is the country that African American people have endured like something like a Holocaust, and we've went through that in the age of slavery, and then not being able to play a sport that we were really good at. You know what I'm saying? And it be counted, even though we beat. There's over 360 games that are documented. Over 360 games documented where we played MLB teams and beat them. You know what I mean? And when you look at people like, Jackie Robinson, who broke the color barrier, man, I'm really happy about that. But Jackie Robinson was middle of the road when it comes to the Negro League baseball ball league. I mean, am I lying, Big G?
Big facts. Facts.
He was middle of the road. He wasn't these guys. Mm-hmm. He wasn't Cool Papa Bell. He wasn't Josh Gibson. He wasn't Buck. He wasn't Satchel Paige. Mm-hmm. He wasn't these guys. You know what I'm saying? These guys, a lot of times, Babe Ruth was referred to as, Josh Gibson was referred to as the Black Babe Ruth. But even Babe Ruth would agree that Josh Gibson, it should have been the other way around. It should have been Babe Ruth was the white Josh Gibson. That's what that was. You know what I'm saying? And we've heard stories about Satchel Paige. Cool Papa Bell is my favorite baseball player, Negro League baseball player. And I'm going to tell you why. It's a little selfish, but I had to write a report when I was in middle school, and Cool Papa Bell, last name being Bell, my last name being Bell, was somebody who fell on my desk. And I'm going to tell you, the brother, now this is something you got to check out. The brother was so fast. First and foremost, he's known for stealing a lot of bases. Yeah. He had a 1,548 hits, .325 batting average, 57 home runs, but he's known for stealing bases. The brother could get around the bases in 12 seconds flat. Now, let me tell you why that's important. This is what you need to know. And then I'm gonna give it over to G, and then Tate has something as well. The bases are 399,859 as far as feet is concerned. Right? 100 meters is 328.04. So this brother was so fast, and it's documented that the man of the day, Jesse Owens, said, "I ain't racing it." Yeah, that's how fast he was
on a lean too, Mod. On a lean, on a curve. So he's changing angles.
Yeah, man. So Cool Papa Bell was that thing, man. Cool Papa Bell was that thing. He was my guy. Big G, man, talk to me.
First of all, man, let me give a shout out to Major League Baseball. You are fully lit up. Now you have moved probably to the number 2 sport for me, just for what you just did in the last 72 hours concerning the consolidation of the Negro League and the Major League Baseball League all into one league. And their stance and their slogan is "We are one league." I think they're going to push that through when Cooperstown, they go through the ceremonies this year to talk about we are one league. We are all one thing. All baseball is all baseball. And, man, for me, man, they just moved up. I mean, football is king, college football, pro football is king, but Major League Baseball just moved up, in my opinion, concerning what they did, because they didn't have to do it, but they did it anyway, man. So congratulations, kudos to Major League Baseball for making a right wrong. And, that takes a lot of courage. Second of all, man, Larry Roberts Satchel Paige is my favorite Negro League baseball player of all time. I think he personified endurance. I think he personified longevity. I think he personified what a true professional is. A lot of people don't know this part about Satchel Paige. Satchel Paige, after 20 years of playing in the Negro League, finally made it to Major League Baseball and made 2 All-Star games in Major League Baseball and was an all-pro baseball player after playing 20-something years. A lot of folks don't realize Satchel Paige was born in 1927. 1927 is the year he was born. But this dude is like LeBron-ish in Major League Baseball and come in and take over. And make all-star games, make all-pros. Satchel Paige was that guy, bro. You know, I mean, let alone talking about his stats and all whatever else he did. Concerning the Negro Leagues, now to see his stats arm in arm with guys like Mickey Mantle and Babe Ruth and Ty Cobb, it's heartwarming for me because I think that Satchel Paige deserves to be on one of those Mount Rushmores of baseball players for sure, Mod.
Absolutely. And Take Boy Fresh, man. We got some stuff here.
Hold on a second. I just want to follow up. Agree with Big G. Satchel Paige is my favorite Negro League baseball player of all time too. Mm-hmm. And we're not even gonna get into the numbers. And Big G, he was born in 1906, not 1927.
I thought he was born in 27. My bad.
Nah, 06.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm just trying to correct because this is what I'm about to say. He played for 38 years.
Oh,
he played professional baseball for 38 years.
Bro.
So now we're gonna get to friend of the show, Luke Atkinson, who played with and for Satchel Paige. Yeah. Man, how can some guy still alive now have played with Satchel Paige? Well, because Mr. Luke is like 83, 84 years old, and Satchel Paige paid for 38 years. So, you know, Luke Atkinson was just a little young baseball player at the time when he was playing with Satchel Paige, who was probably at his tail end in his 40s and 50s.
Right.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, he played with Satchel Paige, and Mr. Luke is Negro League Hall of Famer.
Yeah, facts.
And this is some quotes from him. The quote on the right side is I just talked to him Wednesday and Friday about the inclusion of the Negro League records into the Major League Baseball records. I'm just going to read that part of it, but basically, when I asked him about it, he said, fast forward to 2024 and the inclusion of the Negro League stats into MLB record books. Atkinson said, "It will." Well, let me just read the from the middle.
Yeah, go ahead.
We didn't know we were making history. We were just trying to get to the next level. Hats off to Jackie Robinson. He broke into the major leagues alone. We tried to do it as a team. Playing baseball was a life-changing experience for me. The team had a bus, but they couldn't stop to eat certain places. We ate on the bus or brought along food that wouldn't go bad. The Satchel Paige All-Stars were young men coached by the more senior Paige. So he was like a player coach, Satchel Paige.
Facts.
They could hear harassing racist remarks on the road to games and at rest stops. But we couldn't react to what we heard, Atkinson said. Coach Paige always told us, take it out on that white ball. Yeah. That's what I meant when I said I grew up on baseball, on a baseball diamond. Fast forward 2024 and the inclusion of Negro League stats into MLB record books, Atkinson said it was long overdue. I've watched baseball my entire life and saw a lot of great players. Many in the majors were good, but many in the Negro Leagues were better. I'm just happy they are being recognized and only wish they were around to see it.
Man, that gave me chills, bro. That gave me chills because you wish that Josh Gibson was around to see his records go up in the record books alongside of the people he played that were contemporaries. You know
and friend of the show again, you know, Mr. Luke, he knew all these people. He knew them. Now, he was a young player and they were old and maybe retired, but he knew all these people. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's what's crazy to me. I'm talking to somebody that knows Satchel Paige and Josh Gibson.
Man.
And you know, it's just crazy when you look at it like that. That lineage and that line is still alive.
Yeah. Any of our new listeners or people that's just now rocking with us, man, that episode is archived in the KnoItAllz on YouTube. Please go back and listen to the interview when we had Mr. Luke live on the KnoItAllz podcast. We had him here for almost an hour and a half. Man, one of our best interviews we ever did with him, man, because he puts perspective on baseball. And now being like the 6 degrees of separation and connectivity to him and have him as a friend or a guest, and he supports the KnoItAllz podcast. And now to just be able to give him his flowers while he's alive. And then all the Negro League players, man. Thank you, Major League Baseball. Thank you for doing that. Thank you.
The chat generals are responding. Afton said the episode is fire. Claude said it was a great show. These are the chat generals that were here during that episode. And I'm going to tell you, man, I think Tate, I almost said your government name. I think Tate for having him here. Because that was a blessing, man, to be able to, you're right, to be able to talk to somebody who physically knew. And don't give me the preaching, because I'll preach a whole sermon about that. You're talking to somebody who physically knew these people, right? Yeah. So they're not giving you what they heard, they're giving you what they saw, which is totally different, bro. That's totally different. And hats off. The decision was made last year to make the Negro League Baseball stats a part of Major League Baseball, and they just did it this year. And I'm going to tell you, like I said, there's over 300 games that are recorded that Negro Baseball League teams played, professional teams. And guess what? We weren't just a little bit above. We won 80% of those games. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? The Negro League won 80% of those games. And Tate, you were off camera. And what I told G was, Jackie Robinson, we praised for breaking the color barrier. But Jackie Robinson was middle of the road in the Negro League Baseball.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
I was listening. I shut my camera off because I was digging in my nose. I heard you though. And we on the homies overtime that night talked about the Mount Rushmore. I put Jackie Robinson on it. I said not because he was the better baseball player than the other dudes, but because of what he meant to the game, and meant to baseball, meant to the transition and the inclusiveness of what at the time, and maybe still, it was America's game.
Yeah. It was America's game at the time. It really was. So
let me ask y'all Mount Rushmores, man, because since we got some people that watch us on KnoItAllz that don't watch us on other channels. Mod, who's your Mount Rushmore? Top 4 players ever. Not the Negro League players. I'm talking about in totality, because they all are one. It's one game now. All are one. Top 4.
Ooh. Hank Aaron.
Okay. Well, that's brave bias, but go ahead. I'll give you Hank. That's brave bias. Go ahead.
It's logical that Hank Aaron can be on your Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, I got it.
It's logical.
Yeah, it is, but it's brave bias.
Hank Aaron, Josh Gibson.
Okay.
Nolan Ryan.
Texas bias.
It is. I won't even lie about that.
Yeah.
Ken Griffey Jr.
That's what I'm. Hey,
Ken Griffey Jr.
Wait till I'll tell you later about how we argued about Griffey. Tate, your Mount Rushmore, your top 4 players ever.
Babe Ruth.
Mm-hmm.
Well, wait. First, let me name the number 1 baseball player of all time. Barry Bonds.
Big facts.
1.
Big facts. Numero uno.
Babe Ruth.
Yep.
Satchel Paige.
Uh-huh.
And again, not as a player, just as everything he's done for the game, Jackie Robinson.
Yeah.
Love
now, it. I feel like the other day I said something different, but I feel like I had a post 50s, 60s list and a past 60s list.
Yeah.
But I'm good with them 4 right now. Because the other day I said I had Roberto Clemente too, some kind of way.
And I like Roberto. I like Roberto.
Go ahead, G. What's yours?
Go ahead, G.
Bonds is the greatest baseball player that ever played baseball. I mean, I got to start it in with Barry Bonds.
Well, we're getting a question. We're getting a question from Chilltown. They're asking, Bonds hit 250 in the postseason for his career. Does that matter?
Heck no.
Yeah, it don't matter. I mean, 250 and not bad even in today's game.
Heck no, it don't matter.
And I feel like don't Barry Bonds I'm looking, but don't he got like 6 or 7 MVPs?
Big facts, Tate. Big facts. So Barry Bonds, number 1. Josh Gibson, number 2. Babe Ruth, number 3. Woo, it's getting tight at number 4. Probably Ty Cobb.
I like that. Hey, real quick.
I like Ty Cobb.
Real quick. 14 All-Stars. 7 MVPs.
Wow.
8 Gold Gloves. 12 Silver Slugger Awards.
Oh my God. Stop it.
12.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Stop it.
Three-time NL Hank Aaron Award winner. National League batting champion 2 times. National League home run leader 2 times. National League RBI leader in 93. Before the roids.
Yes. Before his head swole up
Pittsburgh
like a peanut.
Pirates Hall of Fame. San Francisco Giants Wall of Fame.
Oh.
And he should be in the Hall of Fame.
Okay, so let's talk.
One more thing I forgot to say about Luke Atkinson. They're having a game this month, June the 2021st, in Birmingham, Alabama, at Rookwood Field, the oldest major league stadium where they used to play Negro League games at. Mr. Luke is going to that. He's going to be honored among some other people at that game. It's going to be the Braves and the Giants, I believe, like June 21st.
And y'all have to see that interview with Mr. Luke. It was a really insightful interview, and it was right on time. It's right on time about this time. You know, the know-it-alls, we know it all, and we know people who know it all. That's what we do. It's what we do. Babe Ruth, Willie Mays, Ted Williams, Hank Aaron. I ain't mad at that list. I'm not mad at that list. That's a solid list. That's a solid list. And Chilltown, let me go ahead and put this, because I think this is Tony K. If it's you, Tony, it's cool. If it's your partner, it's cool. I'm gonna answer both of them. Here's the deal to me. This is what I understand what you're asking, because you're saying if postseason and World Series rings matter in the whole totality of it all. It does, but you can't erase what Barry Bonds did. That's why I'm not arguing. My Mount Rushmore is different than everybody else's. But I'm not arguing Barry Bonds because he lightweight deserves to be there.
If it was all postseason, Reggie Jackson would be the greatest player of all time.
Mr. October.
That's super duper big facts.
That's why they gave him the name Mr. October. You know what I mean? He said, I have zero respect for the Baseball Hall of Fame. The best players to ever play aren't in it. I got you.
That's because of the steroid era. And it's not a steroid for a bunch of them, but Pete Rose for another one. And let me tell you something. Pete Rose should be in the Hall of Fame too, bro.
He should.
While you out there playing. Pete Rose,
absolutely. I feel like the way they just brushed the Ohtani thing under the rug is hypocritical to the game.
Facts.
Very hypocritical, because the same thing was done. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the same thing was done. And then if we talk about the steroid era, anybody who knows, if you know, you know. Anybody who knows, baseball knew about that. They turned their nose and looked the other way so that the sport could be brought back. It was on life support. Yeah. So the home run and the ball jumping out the park, that brought people, that put butts in the stands. Yeah. So they were like, okay, we're happy to do that. And then to penalize the people that y'all turn y'all nose at, I mean, come on, bro. Like, it is what it is. Y'all did this. Y'all created that problem, and then to turn your nose up at those guys and snub them, I don't think that's right.
Facts. And Pete Rose, like I said, he ain't got nothing to do with no steroids. But Pete Rose needs to be in the Hall of Fame. Tate, you are absolutely 100% right.
Tate, grab that question. Check that out.
How many guys have 200 hit seasons in the history of the game? Yeah. Less than 10. I bet you it's less than 10.
We'll check that out. He said, agreed, Tate. Tim Line said, issue with Bonds is the steroid era. Same roles, but his gambling. Yeah, Tim.
So what?
We get that. The steroid era. You see how you're saying steroid era? Yeah. Right? That means that everybody was doing it.
Roger Clemens was doing it. Matter of fact, and this gives the question full circle, what I was going to tell you about Ken Griffey Jr. Griff was the only dude during that era that wasn't juicing. And he was out there still killing them. And he's got the best swing ever in baseball. He's got the best swing in baseball history. Nobody can swing that ball like Griff Jr., man.
Ichiro and Pete Rose.
That's what I'm saying.
Two of them. So
Ty Cobb had 9. Derek Jeter had 8. Lou Gehrig had 8.
Yeah. So I mean, I hear what you're saying, and I hear what they're saying about gambling, and I hear what they're saying about steroids. But y'all look the other way, probably on both of them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you look the other way probably on both of them. And then when you look the other way, you're like, oh, come back. Let me swat your hand. No, let's not do that.
Yeah.
Let's not do that.
Hey, man, truth of the matter is us as fans, we don't care. Because we know Barry Bonds wasn't the only one doing it. We know Pete Rose wasn't gambling against his team.
Right.
You know what I mean? If he's gambling against his team, I might have a problem with it. He was betting on his team.
Pete Rose wasn't the only one gambling. He wasn't the only one gambling.
Time out, Claude. I got to challenge you on this. Ain't nobody calling. Tom Brady is still the GOAT.
Hey, man.
He cheated the game.
Hey, man.
The Flake gate. We're still calling.
It's not cheating when everybody doing it.
Claude, take a lap in the Matrix, Claude. Hit the bases in the Matrix. Hit the bases. It's a home run in the Matrix. Get 4.
Matrix tricky fast, Big G. I mean, I ain't gonna say I understand what he's saying, but Roger Clemens was roiding.
All of them was.
Barry Bonds, Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa, Brady Anderson went from hitting 20s high home run season to hitting 50 home runs for the Baltimore Orioles.
That's big facts.
Everybody was doing it, Claude. Now it's actually a larger anomaly to those that weren't doing it.
Griff
at that time, Griff and some others, but Griff comes to mind right away.
Chilltown said when the gambling logic came out with Pete Rose, he wasn't a player anymore.
That's big facts. That's big facts.
Too. That's another reason.
Big facts.
You're not actually put him in the Hall of Fame as a manager.
Yeah.
And Tim Lyons said he ain't my GOAT. You're lying if you say Tom Brady ain't the GOAT. I mean, he's lying. But look,
that's a disclaimer right there when you say he ain't my GOAT. That means you know he the GOAT. You saying he ain't your GOAT.
Tim, hit the bases in the Matrix too, Tim.
Look, I'm just saying, it's hypocritical for you to call one piece out and then don't call the other piece out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they're still Belichick and Brady are still labeled as greats. And they were both caught cheating red-handed. You know what I'm saying? They were both caught stealing signs. Hey, Tim,
it's a PG show. It's a PG show, Tim.
It is. Hey, look here, man. We're going to go to a commercial break, man. G, take us to a commercial break, bro.
Hey, man, thanks again for rocking with us on the KnoItAllz podcast, where you're watching us live on YouTube as well as Chilltown Hoops, and you can catch our audio on Fans First Sports Network. If you listen to us on audio, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and or Google Podcasts, give us a little quick break as we get a word from our partners. If you're rocking with us live on YouTube, we'll be right back with you with the next segue for the KnoItAllz podcast.
And we are back. We are definitely back for this next one. He said, by the way, Pete Rose has 10 200 hit seasons. The all-time hits leader and home run leader are not in the Hall of Fame. I'm straight on the Baseball Hall of Fame. Love it.
I get it, bro. I get it.
I agree with that.
I get it. Yeah.
He said those aren't performance-enhanced drugs, Ma. I get that you're saying they're not performance-enhanced drugs. Cheating is cheating. We can't pick. For real, you can't call it a misdemeanor thing, man. It is what it is.
Hey, man, and truth of the matter is, baseball wanted that. Baseball was getting boring. So they had that long ball era where they juiced up the ball, too. The balls were juiced up.
Taylor just said it. Taylor, thank you. Steroids is federally legal. MLB couldn't support that openly. They couldn't support it openly, but they allowed them to do it. You know
Can I say this too? And so for all those people that are biased about the steroid era in baseball, the steroid era was just as prevalent in basketball and the NFL at the same time. It was prevalent in baseball. Them 80s and 90s basketball players, why you think all them dudes lost their hair before the age of 26? and they all look like they were stuffed and swole up. Why do you think all them NFL players look like that they were stuffed and filled up with water? Because everybody was juicing and using pH performance enhancement drugs.
They were juicing and using that cocaine.
Everybody was, bro. Everybody was.
We gonna move on next subject, man.
One thing real quick. Say something to Claude. He said he hates Tom Brady. Tom Brady is not his GOAT, right?
Hold on, your mic, Tate. Your mic went out or something.
So I just want to say that, well, that's like me saying Michael Jordan ain't my GOAT. But I will say this about Michael Jordan, Tom Brady, Derek Jeter, Tiger Woods. They greats at their game, and they all were at the pinnacle of the sport at one time.
Yeah.
So you got to respect that. I mean, when you think of basketball, one of the first players you think about is Jordan. You think about football, you think about Brady.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, I'm just saying that I respect all those guys for being winners. That's the biggest thing they have in common. Yeah. They all winners. They all got 5+ championships, World Series titles, Super Bowl, all those things. So
big rings.
They like they gotta go to the next hand.
Yeah. Look like Bill Russell like this.
Yeah, they go to the next hand.
Not quite like Bill though.
No, yeah. Bill on some money.
Bill got to put one on his toe.
Yeah.
Bill all in the picture like this.
Actually, got to put 2 on his toe. Well, one on each side of his ring. One on each side of his glass. And he had 12. You know what I'm saying?
11.
Oh yeah, 11. Okay, all right. Here we go, man. We lost a legend. I need to talk about this. We lost a legend here. Definitely on the 27th of last week. We lost Bill Walton, man. Yeah. You know, I gotta ask you guys. Mm-hmm. First of all, let's send condolences out to his family. You know what I'm saying? Definitely it was a loss for the basketball family, and he's a Hall of Famer. I gotta ask you, Tate. Where does he stack up? If we're talking big men, where does he stack up to you in that line of big men?
Minus injury, Bill Walton would be the second best big man of all time behind the guy he replaced at UCLA, Lou Alcindor. For those of you that's young, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Bill Walton went 22 for 23 in the national championship game against Houston Cougars.
Facts.
He had like 36 points, 20 rebounds. He was college player. Wait, pull the graphic back up. His stats, his accolades is on the side of that graphic.
I mean, I'm gonna read them out here because it might be kind of hard to read that.
Go ahead.
Two-time NBA champion, 77 and 86. NBA Finals MVP in 77.
He went through Kareem and Dr. J to get that championship too. Two probably the greatest players at that time in 77.
Okay. NBA All-Star 2 times, 77, 78. All NBA first team in 78. All NBA second team in 77. 2-time NBA All Defensive first team, 77, 78. NBA Sixth Man of the Year in 86. That was when he was with Boston. NBA Rebound Leader in 77. NBA Blocks Leader in 77. His number was retired by Portland. NBA All-Anniversary Team, 50th and 75th. 2-time NCAA champion. 2-time NCAA Final Four Most Outstanding Player. 3-time College Player of the Year. 3-time consensus first team All-American. He's got a lot of accolades.
Now, do you realize Bill Walton didn't lose a game from the middle of his sophomore year of high school into his senior year of college? Didn't lose a game. And minus injury, minus the ball handling, because they wasn't doing that back then. But Bill Walton would be better than Joker. Offensively, he would be like Joker because he could pass. But he would be better because he played defense. And I believe you read off he got Defensive Player of the Year award.
Twice.
Yeah.
Okay, see? So yeah.
Okay, Claude said
Bill Walton,
he's not
Matrix mind. Now, see, Claude, I'm always taking up for you. Matrix him.
Gotta send him to the Matrix.
Come on, Claude.
Man, Claude.
Man, my goodness gracious.
Claude done made it there the third time, Claude. What's going on,
the third time in the first 30 minutes of the show.
Look at him getting escorted by Rodriguez, dog. Getting the escort by Rodriguez. God. Lord have mercy.
That's my take, Ma. I wanted to. I might have been a little big G-ish with the second best big man all time, but definitely top 5. Definitely, no doubt, top 5 big man of all time.
Yeah. So Taylor Mungo said, I agree with Claude. There's many more centers I would take over him. Thomas said he was Joker before Joker.
That's what I think.
Thomas played defense.
Man, that was my exact statement. He must have typed that after he heard me.
Yeah, I think he put that in there. Hey, look, Claude.
Don't do it, Mark.
Claude, come on, man.
No, he want to go in. Claude want to be in there today, dog. He's a glutton for punishment, dog.
Claude,
he want to be in there today.
Why,
he wants to be there today.
I don't understand it, Claude. Like, I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. I'm trying to help you, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to help you.
Claude.
This is bad. This is bad on your comments. You've had better comment days. Now listen, I think he's definitely top 5 centers of all time. Definitely top 5. Had he been healthy, he could have improved his stats to me. He may even fall out of the top 5, but I'm saying top 5 because I'm starting to think. I'm looking at his accolades.
Yeah.
And in that Boston team, when he came off the bench at 6 man, he played really well. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Definitely.
I mean, you had Larry Bird, Robert Parrish, and Kevin McHale as the starters, right? There was no way Walton was going to crack that lineup.
And in his prime, when healthy, that was a hobbled, injured Bill Walton. In his prime, when healthy, he was better than McHale and Parrish, who are both Hall of Famers.
Well, this is something that a lot of people don't know unless they're old enough or they've been around, like some of us know-it-alls, right? People forget that particular season when the Celts won the chip, Kevin McHale got hurt. And guess who stepped into the starting lineup and was out there killing with Larry Bird? Bill Walton and Larry Bird was doing magical stuff that season to the point that the Lakers had no answer for them. They had no answer for those Boston Celtics that year, bro. It was unbelievable.
Think about it. I'm just commenting this as a sidebar. Think about the Lakers. Who was the Lakers 6 man back then?
Michael Thompson.
Bob
McAdoo. Now I was gonna say McAdoo or Randall.
No. During that time, the Lakers switched up to get Michael Thompson out of Portland to play against Walton.
That was later. That was like 87, 88 when they won.
I totally agree, Tom. I totally agree. I have my opinion about this. I don't think it's biased. I think it's real. If Bill Walton was really good on that 86 team, he was really. I remember watching, saying, "Man, that redhead, man, you out here killing." You know,
let me tell you something else too. Until the Bulls came along with the 72-10 team, that 86 Celtics might have been the greatest team ever assembled. Until that 72-10 team came. That 86 Boston Celtics team might have been the greatest team ever assembled.
It's up there. I still go with the 83 Sixers, though.
Oh, yeah, but they was loaded too, though. Moses, Doc, Michael Alvarone, yeah. Bobby Jones,
Mo Cheek, Andrew Toney.
Yeah, they was dogs. But the Celtics had Dennis Johnson, Danny Ainge, Bill Walton, Robert Parrish, Kevin McHale, Larry Bird. Come on.
But think about from 81 to 86 how that pretty much was the battle to go to the finals was the Celtics and the 76ers.
Yeah,
it was.
Yeah, in the East. Yeah,
it was. East. You know, I remember that makes me remember those rivalries. Richard Pryor movie, Bustin' Loose.
Bustin' Loose, love it. One of my favorite movies.
When he was in the hotel room and the game was on, and it was the Celtics and the Sixers. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
He was telling Larry Bird to bust Magic.
No. I watched that movie so many times. It was the Celtics and the Lakers
Yeah. The Celtics and the Lakers.
And Cicely Tyson came in and said, "Oh, I'm just watching the game." She said, "Oh, is that your team?" He said, "Nah, that's 76ers, my team." That's what he said.
But he was telling Larry Bird to bust Magic. You know what? So it was a loyalty thing back then.
Oh my God!
But fellas, listen. I'm gonna say as far as Walt, it's just my opinion. I have an asterisk team, all asterisk team, that if they would have not been hurt, these players would have been tops in the record books. Grant Hill, Tracy McGrady, Derrick Rose, Penny Hardaway, and Bill Walton. Greg Oden's an honorable mention on that team. But if you add those 5 guys,
Brandon Roy is my honorable mention.
Brandon Roy too.
Brandon Roy is a dog. He ain't better than nobody. Big G name just said.
Yeah, no, but I said honorable mention.
Oh, honorable mention. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, those 5, no injury, all playing aside.
Grant Hill, if he stay healthy, would be up there. And we be talking about Grant Hill in the top 10.
And we be talking about him in
the top 10. I'm gonna tell you something I don't want to hear.
Maybe even in the GOAT conversation for real.
I'm going to tell you something you don't want to hear, and it's the truth. Grant Hill don't get hurt. Jordan don't get 6 chips.
Ooh, that could be.
I'm telling you right now.
Could be so.
We never know, but Grant Hill was that good that he would compete.
He was that good. He was that good. I agree. He was that good. For real. Man, we gonna switch some subjects here. The NBA Finals. It's been decided. It's going down.
Yes, sir.
The Mavericks are there. You
Hey, listen.
Who you talking about? PJ Washington?
No. Oh no, I done seen the error of my ways. Like I said, it took a lot of convincing. This is the second guy it took a lot of convincing for me. CJ Stroud, convinced. This number 2 guy. Luka is him. I was saying Shea over Luka all along. Man, look. Luka is a dog, man. Luka is a dog. Listen, I took it back. It was a hard thing. It was a hard thing to swallow, a hard pill to swallow. I wasn't saying, at first I called him trash, and I was like, nah, he ain't trash, but he ain't as good as all the rest of these dudes. This playoff season series, or whatever you want to call it, to get his piece to the finals. Oh, Luka, hey man, Luka is him. He's him, bro. He's him. For real. So I got to give homage to him. I don't think Dallas gonna win.
Thomas said that sign warms my heart, G.
Yeah. Thomas, I see the error of my ways.
Claude, you took my take. I'm gonna get to that, but I say the Mavericks in 6. That is where I go. If it goes 7, I think Boston may get it. But I said Mavericks in 6. I think they'll win it early. I'm gonna cook, but I'm gonna throw this up first to you. Take who you got winning the series and why?
I got the Boston winning the series. I feel like Dallas has come far. They've overachieved. Luka and Kyrie have played great. Gafford and PJ Washington makes a big difference, like I alluded to at the trade deadline. But I think that just as collectively as a team, you got Tatum, you got Brown, you got Drew Holiday, you got Porzingis coming back, and you got your boy Wright. Derek White was all defense. I think Derek White, Drew Holiday, and Jaylen Brown are all high-level defenders.
Don't forget about old man Al.
Oh, yeah, he's a great defender off the bench, yeah. But I mean, I'm talking about on-ball defenders, though. So for Luka and Kyrie. You're not going to stop Luka and Kyrie, but you're going to make it hard on them. I just got a feeling this Boston's time, Tatum and Brown going to step up. Luka and Kyrie going to make it tough coming down the stretch because they're going to keep them in the game. But ultimately, Boston takes it, in my opinion.
How many games, Tate?
I think it's 4-2 Boston.
4-2 Celts?
Yeah.
I feel it. All right, so listen, man. I think that, really, to be honest, having a retrospective look and looking back, that these are the correct 2 teams that were there, right? I thought the winner of Minnesota and Denver would represent the West. Little did I know that the dynamic duo of Kyrie Irving and Luka would just catch on fire the way that they caught on fire. And they actually showed that isolation basketball is not just the wave of the future or how basketball is going to be played. It's the most hardest thing in the world to stop when you got one guy that can take the left side of the court and the other guy that can take the right side of the court, and there's nothing you can do to stop them. Because if you collapse, and Minnesota's coach, you need to go to a coaching clinic, because you don't switch on Luka and Kyrie with garbage big boy Gobert. That was horrible. You don't switch. Well, anyway, saying all that about Dallas and them having those two outstanding players, the Celtics have just as good of players in Tatum and Brown. And I think that the matchup is going to be Holiday guarding either Kyrie or Luka, because Holiday's job is going to be to take one of those two out away. Luka's already publicly said that the guy he hates playing against the worst is Drew Holiday. He hates playing against Drew Holiday. Lou Dort was second. Drew Holiday was one. He's like, because he's always in your chest. He's always making things uncomfortable. He's scrappy. I don't like playing against that. So I think that's the difference. The difference is Holiday won't care about scoring. He won't transition defense to offense, but his job will be to take one of those two away or slow him down, keep him like 20 points. And on the other side, Brown and Tatum's going to cook. So I like the Celtics 6. Give me Boston at 6, man, for the championship, man.
I hear that. And I've heard what you said before. I'm finna cook, man. I'm definitely finna cook. Definitely we're gonna get to that.
Yeah, that's coming, bro.
Yeah. We're gonna get to that, Dylan. Yeah. Definitely, we catch your comment. I'm just supposed to let you know, okay? Honestly, the reason why I feel the way I feel, I hear everybody talking about Boston, they're longer defenders, that all of them are two-way. I get that. But G, you said something real critical and crucial. Luka and Kyrie, both of them, Luka has never been to a final. Kyrie has, right?
And won it.
Kyrie, he knows what it takes. And he's being a great leader this year. Here's the thing that I think we've run Dallas short on. Dallas has walked through hell and back. You know what I'm saying? They beat the number one scoring team in OKC, right?
Yeah.
Turn around and beat the upstart Minnesota. You know what I'm saying? They beat the Timberwolves.
Yeah.
Who everybody just thought there was going to be a walk in the park. Dallas had a great run, but Minnesota, they ran in the back. But what Dallas did was continue to play defense. Now, you may argue that all Minnesota had was Ant-Man, right? But everybody else was getting off. Was getting off, right?
Towns played trash though, man.
Towns didn't play. He didn't play trash before the series against Denver. He didn't play trash. You know what I'm saying? The other guy with the braids, who came in to spell him, he was balling. Ohio State Conley was balling. You know what I'm saying? They were balling. They were out there with the other.
But what you're saying, I don't disagree. None of them was really balling except Ant. But Minnesota is not the offensive threat that Boston Celtics are.
Okay.
Period.
So let me get to that. This is where I'm finna cook. I'm cooking now. It is time. Jason Tatum has not yet showed us that he's Batman. He's Nightwing at best. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my!
Yeah, no, he showed us his Nightwing at best. But let me tell you what, Jason. Hold up, let me cook. I'm cooking. Jason Tatum will shoot you, and he'll go through a shooting frenzy where he is hot, and he will tear you out the frame. But what he'll also do is shoot you out of a game. You can't lie to me about that. My eyes done seen it. He will shoot you out of a game. Then what happens is Jaylen Brown ain't comfortable being Robin. Jaylen Brown does not like seeing Jason Tatum shine. They are not cohesive as a team. He don't like seeing him shine. Jaylen Brown like to get his own run. And what will happen is Boston, because of that, Boston will go through a lull where they're not scoring, because one person's shooting them out of the game. The other one is trying to go out and do.
You said OKC. Well, Boston actually is the highest, most efficient offensive team ever in the history of the NBA this year.
Okay.
Ever.
All right.
Jason Tatum's averaging 27, 10, and 6.
Okay. I'm cooking.
And you know he's got as many first team All NBAs as Luka, so he doesn't show these Batman. And he's been to a finals.
And they've been to the Eastern Conference Finals 6 out the last 8 years together.
I'm cooking.
Right.
Here's my thing. So, like I said, that's a vortex. Now, if you really can tell me that Boston is going, their big men rival Dallas's big men, and you could say that they're going to get more rebounds offensively and defensively when them boys is chunking from the cheap seats and missing everything, they're not. Gafford, young boy Lively, the other boy, they're going to get bounds. They're going to even
Gafford. But you know what? Again, going back to Minnesota, what Boston can do is put 5 3-point capable shooters on the floor at all times.
Okay.
So Lively and Gafford just ain't going to be camped under the basket. You got to hold Porzingis or Al Horford.
If you're missing, you're getting one shot. While Dallas is going to be scoring, you're missing, you're getting one shot. Last but not least, like Big G said, you got 2 aces on the top of the floor, right? And if you guard them head up, if you choose to guard them head up, you toast, because they're going to do something to you that's strange for a piece of change. One is going to be going to the hole. The other one's going to be shooting. Now, if you double team them, you're leaving somebody open. You're still toast. But the other thing about
they don't have to though.
The other thing about these two is they make the players around them, Gafford, Lively. My other guys, I'm sitting here drawing. I see his face, but I'm drawing the name.
Lively, Gafford. Who else? PJ Washington.
PJ Washington. So it's so many lobs that was going up in the air and they were coming down with it because you have to come to them. Now you're leaving a man open.
That's the problem, Ma. They wasn't coming to him. They was doing that drop coverage, letting Luka keep pressure on the defense, and then he can lob it up. What you got to do is attack the ball. And they got defenders, Derek White, all team, all NBA, all defense. We know what Drew Holiday is on defense. We know what Jaylen Brown, he upset because he felt like he should have been all defense. So we come there with a chip on his shoulder. It's going to be a totally defensive atmosphere for Dallas.
They're going to put Jaylen Brown on Luka, and they're going to put Drew Holiday on Kyrie. Who's going to hold Jason Tatum?
To me, it comes down to the bigs. Dallas has better bigs. Dallas in 6.
Said nobody ever. Derek Lively, a rookie, been playing good in the playoffs, and Gafford, who got traded away from the Washington Wizards, good pickup, is better than Porzingis and Al Horford.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Al Horford ain't like that, man.
I just gotta say, I believe some of your pick is Texas bias. It is.
Okay. Hey, he brought the bias side up. Listen, I'm telling you, like I said it before. I said Dallas in 6 and Dallas 1-5. Y'all thought I was crazy then. I'm saying it again now.
I don't usually do this. Corner time.
Ooh.
Me and you. I don't usually do this.
Where the sign? This is a momentous occasion, man. Where my sign at?
Hey, I'll take it.
How much? How much?
15-minute corner time. Dallas in 6. He's over there.
Do on site whenever the winner requested.
On site.
Oh, hello, boys. How long you in for?
Another hour.
Yow.
Listen, I'm going to take my corner time. I'll happily take it.
Wait, you betting 15? You betting 15?
I'll
bet you 30 minutes corner time.
I've already made my bet. Dallas in 6. I said it with my chest.
I bet 30 corner.
Nah, I said it with my chest. Dallas in 6.
How come I can't get that bet?
Because I made my bet already.
Bet again.
No, I've already blew my load. That's it.
Don't be scared. Don't be scared, man.
No, ain't not scared about that.
Bet me the 30, man. Come on,
Listen. I bet my guy. He asked for it. If you would have asked for it, you'd have got it. I bet my guy corner time.
I didn't know Tate was gonna bet it like that.
I hate to see the fact that Tate gonna do corner time. He's gonna do it. And guess what? He's due on my request I'm gonna get my corner time. You know what I'm saying?
Can I get 15 minutes too?
No, you can't get this. Is between me and Tate, man. It's between me and Tate. All right, man. You guys, look, we're about to go, and we're gonna cut this. This is the end of part 1. We're gonna go to part 2. Those of you who are watching on YouTube, stay with us. We're just gonna go to a quick break. We'll be right back. G, take us there, man.
Thanks again for rocking with the KnoItAllz podcast on Chilltown Hoops and on Fans First Sports Network. We're ending segue 1 of the KnoItAllz special. When you come back, you'll catch part 2. If you're listening to us on Apple, Spotify, Google Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts, we'll be right back after a quick commercial break and a word from our partners.
And we're beginning part 2 here, man. Look, I like that said. Got a little spicy at the end of the segment. I can't wait to use Tate's own segment against him, because I'm sure gonna do it. I'm sure gonna run it out there.
I told you. What did I tell you? Didn't I tell you? Because I told you.
No worries at all. No worries at all. You can be ready to spin around and look at that. Well, I guess you can't. You'll be looking at something else. That star behind you virtual, but you can be looking in that direction.
Yeah.
You know what's going to happen too, Tate? That's going to be right when football starts. It's the basketball season going to be over with. So he ain't even going to get to do the first segue for the football. I'm going to be happy.
It's actually 2. Long as it lasts, it's 2 weeks from this Thursday, which would be the 20th. It won't be football yet.
Almost.
Yeah. The Claude Bishop, the Archbishop of the Matrix, said Marge, you're gonna win because Big G took the Celtics. About right.
Right. Claude. Nah, wait, bro. Hold on, bro. Nah, wait, dude. Wait, stop that.
He said Big E Bronco. First time I've seen you is first time you seen Big E?
Oh no, I know Big E, bro. What's happening, Big?
He be around on the homies podcast with us.
Yeah, for sure. What's up, bro? Good to see you in the
What up,
building.
Big E?
Yeah, man. Looking like your picture there look like somebody from the Wildcats. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna sit here and talk about my Cowboy fandom. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking.
Tell him, get him.
I'm looking for
right
Goldie
now.
Hawn on your picture to pop up.
Hey, Ma, we talked about the homie tonight. We pay the Chicago Bears to be fighting for one of the last couple playoff spots with Dallas.
G didn't say that. Tate said that. G ain't. Nah, heck no.
You're wrong.
Who you got winning the NFC East, Big G?
The Philadelphia Eagles.
Okay, so Dallas will be fighting for one of the last wild card spots with Chicago and the Rams. And who else did I say? Chicago, the Rams, and I don't know. But those are 2 of the 3 teams fighting for them.
Tate, I know in them boxes you must have some gunja or something. I wish you would kind of close them boxes, keep them boxes closed. I'm just saying. Look here, so we finished this last segment, but we got to talk about it, man. I mean, you brought his name up. I don't agree with what we're about to talk about, but hey, we got to talk about it, okay?
What?
Al Horford.
Yeah.
Is he a Hall of Famer? Let's ask this question, chat. Chat, I need y'all to respond before we get into it.
Is Al Horford a Hall of Famer?
Is Al Horford a Hall of Famer?
Well, that's an easy question, but I'll wait my turn.
No, it's your turn.
It's my turn? Okay.
It's your turn.
If Al Horford gets the chip on this series and he walks out with a championship ring, Al Horford will be in the Basketball Hall of Fame. But he needs the chip. He needs the chip to go.
First member of the chat to respond, Claude Bishop says yes. Mr. Woodside says yes.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Al Horford, if he gets the chip with the Celtics and this, because look at his stats. Put him back up there, Mon. I'll read them off, bro. Put him back up there. 5-time All-Star, All-NBA third team 1 time, NBA defensive team 1 time, NBA All-Rookie team, 2-time national champion, 2nd team All-American, 3rd team All-American, SEC tournament MVP. Remember, basketball is not just a professional statistic line. It has to do with the whole part of your career. And based on his career and based on what he's going to do, Al deserves to go if he gets the ring, in my opinion.
Okay. Let's get to a couple of these comments. Taylor Mungo said no, but he'll get in the Basketball Hall of Fame. They let everybody in. Absolutely.
They don't let everybody in, but they let a lot of folks in. There's some people that sit on the sideline that ain't in yet.
Yeah, okay. Thomas Riley, I'm not sucking up, but you three are really awesome in this platform, always entertaining with knowledge to go with it. Thank you, sir. Thank you. That's Blackstreet. We won't call you Thomas no more.
Blackstreet, the homie T. Riley.
Yeah.
Blackstreet.
Yeah. Mr. Woodside say if he wins us, they're locked. Agreed. I agree that, he's done enough if they win. Mm-hmm. But if he never wins another one, I don't think so. Tate, you tell me what you got.
Well, another one. He got to get this first one first.
Yeah,
I have another one.
Well,
I definitely agree with Big G, man. Al Horford is a staple on winning teams. Atlanta was winning when he was there. They was in the Eastern Conference Final when he was there.
Big fact.
A team with Kyle Korver and I can't remember who else, but yeah, they got swept by Braun, of course. But
yeah,
they was a 65 win team, I think.
Number one seed, I think, 1 year.
Yeah, they was number 1 seed.
Yeah,
that was in 2015.
Mm-hmm.
Big E Bronco. He said he just jumped in and hit some thumbs up and give Big G and Tate some support. Thank you, by the way. I'm messing with you. I just play. I do want to mention we are 9 subs away from 500. We're trying to get to that 1,000 mark. So 9 people, 9 subs. We need that. Tell a friend, tell a homie, tell a partner. Go ahead and hit that.
If you ain't subscribe right now to the KnoItAllz channel. We know y'all on Fans First Steel Curtain Network and other channels. Like and subscribe to the KnoItAllz channel.
We're 9 subs away. We need y'all.
We can get that by the time this show over. If all y'all hit that subscribe,
we absolutely can.
Like I was saying, I wasn't done. Al Horford is a Hall of Famer, and like Big G says, it speaks directly to both his collegiate and professional career. Mm-hmm. I mean, 2 national championships. That hadn't been done until this year when UConn just did it back to back.
Facts. Big facts.
Al Horford was on that team. Joakim Noah was on that team.
Yeah, your boy. I forget his name. I see his face.
He played for Minnesota.
He played like Stacey Augmon. I can't think of dude's name. He was forward swing man. Yeah. I can see him, but I just can't call his name right now.
Mm-hmm.
But so Al Horford, especially if he
was Mike Miller on that team.
Yeah,
Mike Miller. I think Mike Miller was on that team.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look it
up. Corey something.
Corey. Oh, Corey, it was right there when you said
I got you. Go ahead.
Corey Brewer.
Corey Brewer. Yeah.
Play like Stacey Augmon.
But yeah, man. I mean, he's definitely in if he gets this chip, but he might be in anyway if he played another year or two because Al Horford's always been solid, and he's an ambassador of the game because I believe he's from, is it the Bahamas?
Yes.
Barbados.
Well, I like the fact that he changed his game and developed a long range jumper.
Everybody had to do that. If you want to be a big that's viable.
That stays around in the league. He created that. And I give it to him. I still, the reason why I feel the type of way, man, I'm just going to go on and tell y'all. I think it's too easy to make it to the Basketball Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? It's not one of those things. Yeah, it's not one of those things that I feel like, and you agreed earlier, you said that they'll put anybody. I mean, not almost anybody, but I mean, there are people that I believe should be in the Hall of Fame that's not. And I mean, honestly, there are people that's in there that I believe it shouldn't. And maybe it's like that in football too, because, when I look at Joe Namath, Joe Namath definitely should be in the Hall.
Football's the hardest one, bro.
Yeah, football is the hardest one, but Broadway Joe should not be a Hall of Fame. Should not. I mean, should not.
But Ma, you got dudes like Sean Marion, dudes like Tim Hardaway, dudes like Rasheed Wallace, dudes like Sean Kemp, dudes like KJ, dudes like Jermaine O'Neal, dudes like Chauncey Billups, Peja Stojakovic, Amari Stoudemire, Mark Jackson, Bob Orry, Marcus Johnson, Mark Price. These are Kiki Vandeweghe. Those guys are not in the NBA Hall of Fame. They're not in the Hall of Fame. So it's not as, like saying everybody, because that list of guys I just named off were great players, right? And they're not in.
Is Larry Johnson in?
No.
No way. And Larry Johnson was my favorite player when he was at UNLV in Charlotte, but ain't no way he in.
Bill Laimbeer ain't in the Hall of Fame. I mean, there's a lot of guys, bro, that had great NBA.
Rain Man ain't in the Hall of Fame.
Sean Kemp is not in the Hall of Fame.
Come on, Mott.
Yeah, he's not in the Hall of Fame. So, bro, I just named off like 15 dudes that ain't in the Hall that we know had great NBA careers. Great NBA careers, and they're not in.
Man.
Yeah, it's not as hard as the NFL. The NFL is like, it's extremely hard to get in the Hall of Fame. But the NBA, it ain't that easy either. Mr. Woodside. Yeah, Rod Strickland ain't in either. That's another big fat dude.
Derek Harper?
Nope. Bob Orry ain't in. I mean, there's a lot of dudes, man, ain't in.
Man. Wow.
There's a lot of dudes ain't in, bro. There was hoopers. There were hoopers.
Yeah, there was ballers. That was
hoopers, and not in the Hall, bro. So that's it's still a prestige. It's not just as a cakewalk.
Mitch Richmond,
anybody in. I don't know. Tim Hardaway ain't in though. I know for a fact Tim Hardaway ain't in. So the killer crossover, come on, dog. Mark Price ain't in.
Terry Cummings not in.
Wow.
Yeah. Terry Porter. I bet you Terry Porter ain't in either. KJ ain't in. It's a lot of dudes, bro. A lot of dudes.
Oh man, that it's sad to think, but we're saying that Al Horford's in.
Yeah, I think Al is with a chip.
Mitch Richmond is in.
Mitch is in.
Okay, all right. Mitch deserves it. He deserves it. Deserves it.
There's a lot of guys, bro. Like I said, it's a list of guys that you would think, man, they're not in the Hall of Fame, but they're not. So and they're not getting in anytime soon, because you got to remember, you got guys that are coming up now that
Mr. Woodside said Tim is in.
Tim Hardaway is in. When did he get in? It had to have been like within the last 2 years. It had to have been, because he wasn't in before then.
We'll check. We'll definitely check that out.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what I need to talk about, bro. Like this is what I need to talk about. Switching WNBA before we get into baseball. I'm going to talk about something that's a little different. Everybody's talking about these. Let me show you these. Everybody's talking about these.
Yeah.
Everybody's talking about these.
Yeah. You know what it is.
And everybody's talking about these.
Yeah.
So here's my point. You know what I didn't see when I watched those? Right? I didn't see a teammate coming to their aid. I don't respect their teammates. Your teammate,
the Chicago Sky and the Fever's teammates.
Angel Reese got jerked. I didn't show that part, but it's on there. She got pulled down by her neck and threw to the ground. Right? Hard foul. That's a hard foul. But here's my point. Your teammates need to start coming to. If that had happened to Braun, if that had happened to Kobe, if that had happened to any other star, their teammates are coming to their aid. I don't see that with Angel, and I don't see that with Caitlin. I don't see their teammates coming to their aid. And it really frustrates me, but behind this point, y'all ain't flew private airline until this year. These girls are opening doors up for you to be able to get big money contracts. Money that y'all would have to go overseas in the off season to supplement income so that you can live the way you want to live. Now you're not making bread chips at all. I mean, but you're making money and you're doing it for playing a game that you love, but they're opening the door for you to get more money. And there should be more appreciation. Should they go hard on these kids? Yeah. Because they coming into the league. That's just rookie things. But your teammate, your own teammate, should come to your rescue. I don't like that at all. I don't like the fact that neither one of these girls' teammates are showing up for them. I don't like it.
I don't necessarily have an issue with some of that, Mod, what you're saying, but let me say this, man. Let me say this. In every sport, you have to have a rites of passage. You build great players by having a rites of passage. The one guy passes to the next guy, passes to the next guy. We could do a whole show just on how the rites of passage went through in the NBA in the 80s. From the Boston Celtics and the Lakers fighting each other to then passing it on to the Detroit Pistons and then passing it on to the Bulls. There's always been a rites of passage that you have to go through. And a lot of this things that are going on with Caitlin Clark and going on with Angel Reese is unmerited. They didn't necessarily ask for it, okay? The WNBA put that spotlight on them.
And I'm bringing this up. The first time I met Tate, Tate and his brother about to fight behind you. We were on the same team.
That's what I'm saying. It's a rites of passage.
All that mean was both y'all about to get whooped in.
No, but it's a rites of passage, bro. It's a rites of passage.
You take up for your teammate, bro.
But bro, you got to remember this.
Can I ask Mod a question?
Yeah,
go ahead. Yeah.
When Jordan was coming up through the ranks playing Detroit and all that, they had the Jordan rules and stuff. Who was coming to Jordan's defense?
Nobody.
He had a team. They
had to draft Oakley. They drafted Oakley.
It was Oakley.
They drafted Oakley after. Oakley was after.
No, Oakley was before. Yeah, Oakley was there when he was a rookie. When he was playing Detroit, wrong. Oakley wasn't there. That's why I say, who was coming to Jordan's defense?
Oakley. Go back
Oakley
and watch.
Wasn't there then.
Oh no, Oakley was there.
No,
not when they was playing Detroit. When they was playing Boston, he was. Not when they was playing Detroit.
Jordan got drafted in 84, 85. Oakley was after out of Hampton University. Oakley got drafted after.
I think Oakley was there before Jordan. But I'm saying Oakley was traded to the Knicks. Oakley was no longer there with the Scottie Pippen team when they was playing Detroit. Pippen wasn't coming to his rescue.
He wasn't there, but Pippen just came into the league.
Who was coming to Jordan's rescue? That's what I'm saying.
Nobody.
People were coming to Jordan's rescue.
Who was the people? No. Tell me.
People were coming.
Who was the people?
I can't remember names, but I'm going to say people were coming.
First Grant didn't fight. Scottie Pippen didn't fight. Brad Sellers didn't fight.
Nobody
Paxson didn't fight.
Nobody is going to sit up and watch they star. Watch the star they team.
Mike had to get tough on his own. Mike went and hit the weights. Mike went and got tougher. Mike did that on his own. And sometimes you just got to do that because if you that guy, the team looking to you. Correct. And when you fulfill that void and become that person, then the team gonna have your back even more. Like that's our leader. And right now they not that.
And let me tell you something. A lot of them young ladies, see I get the jealousy. I'm not gonna say necessarily jealousy, but I get the rites of passage. I get that because they haven't earned it. Yeah. It was given to them. I'm not saying they didn't necessarily they wanted this pressure, but it was given to them.
Where is your teammate? I understand what Tate just said. What Tate said, I'm a good sense person. It makes really good sense. If you go get tough, I'm gonna follow you. You lead by example. You getting up. You ain't crying about it. You handling your business. That's fine. But I don't want to play with nobody who ain't got my back. I just don't. If you don't have my back, because I'm gonna have your back.
You know, and in fairness to what we're talking about, you show clips of the incidents. You ain't show clips of what happened afterwards. I didn't see what happened afterwards.
Correct.
No, but I'm watching. You can watch. You can go back and watch the whole thing. No, they go over to the side and they watch the camera. Ain't nobody retaliating against the other person.
But there's a lot of flopping too. And I could say specifically, Kate Clark doing a lot of flopping.
Claude,
there's a lot of flopping.
Get out of the Matrix free card for that.
Yeah, I agree with Claude. And if you know me, and y'all know me, I mean, we don't even got to be on teams. I got your back if you with me. If you somewhere with me, and we just met. Right. If you with me, I got your back.
And I know that to be true because that did happen between us. I'm just saying, I don't want to be on nobody's squad.
But bro, I understand that. I understand that. But the deal is, like I said, man, it's a lot that's being given to these young ladies, this new crew. It's a lot, and they ain't earned it. They have not earned it, bro. They have not earned it.
And it's different nowadays, man. These young folks don't get down like that no more, man.
You're right.
It's different. It's different.
You're right.
You know what I mean? And I can't think of none of these teams that got like goons that you're gonna send to somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Teams back then used to have goons. Oh, we're gonna send somebody at you.
Every team that was a contender back then had a goon.
Yeah, they wanted the squad just for that reason. Yeah, they were just on the squad for that reason.
Yeah,
but again, you're right. You're right. You different age, different era. Mm-hmm. I just don't feel it, man.
But why they flop too? Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark be out there flopping, bro. They be out there flopping. I'm telling you, I don't watch more WNBA.
Being drugged down by your neck is not a flop.
That wasn't a flop, but some of them Caitlin Clark hits is a flop, and a couple of them Angel Reese's was flops.
Wait. Let's watch it through.
That's a flop.
That's not a flop.
No, she didn't do anything unusual to her.
Yeah, I didn't see her get hit by her neck.
No, come on, bro.
And I like Angel Reese a lot.
That wasn't a flop.
Floppy.
That was not a flop.
Disc.
So here we go.
Disc. She got up like ain't nothing even happened.
Here we go. Now she's still holding her shoulder. She's still holding her shoulder. She's trying to shake off the hit.
Now the second one is this is a foul. That's a flagrant.
Come on, dog.
That's a flagrant. That's a flagrant.
Wasn't that Cardoza?
Nah.
No.
She played yesterday's game.
No.
She made her debut yesterday.
That wasn't the Fever. That wasn't the Fever versus the Sky.
Yeah, that was
earlier.
That was earlier. That was the game before. Yeah. But the fact that they drug her down by a neck, your teammate should have been running over there, and she should have been serenaded with a whole bunch of bees. Not Fifth Ward bees on her, dropping them Fifth Ward bees on her. That should have happened.
Y'all got kids. Big G, how's your oldest?
25.
How's your oldest, Mom?
30.
So, I mean, I got some nieces and nephews that's in their late 20s and early 30s, and these young people just not the same, man. I mean, when I was like 10 years old, I ran in the house from the bully neighborhood. My uncle said, "Where you running from?" I said, "I don't know if you remember Jason Lamb, Big G."
Oh yeah, I remember Big Lamb.
I said, Jason Lamb trying to get me. He was like 13. Yeah. And I ran in the house, closed the door. My uncle said, "What you running from?" I said, "Jason trying to get me." My uncle pushed me outside.
Get out
and
there.
I had to go face that. Noise. I mean, kids nowadays ain't raised the same, man. It's kumbaya, and I get it. You know, they don't want confrontation. They don't want to be negative about nobody. You know, this is just a different age, man.
But the first, when you ran the tape, the first was a flop. The second one, that was a flagrant. And now Caitlin Clark, when that girl bodied her yesterday, that was a foul. But the other one, to Caitlin Clark, it was a flop, and the other one, it was a hard screen. That ain't. And people say they need to be calling a screen. How do you know they didn't call screen? She just didn't oblige by it. How do you know?
And lastly, I'll say this: for anybody to take up for you, you got to take up for yourself.
That's true. You're right.
You know what I mean? If I get up and do something and I get into it and they team get into it, then yeah, my teammates better come have my back.
Yeah.
But if you just getting horse collar to the ground and you don't do nothing, what you want me to do?
Yeah. On my shoulder, on my arm.
So this is what happened, man. After the Sky versus the Fever, the Sky, Trinity Carter has now been assessed a flagrant one after the league review. Angel Reese has been fined $1,000 for failing to make herself available to the media after the game, and the Chicago Sky have been fined $5,000 for failing to ensure all players comply with the league and media policies.
Them is big fines.
Yeah, those big fines.
For the WNBA, $1,000 for Angel Reese. I think they don't make but about $70,000 a year.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. A game check.
But she got a lot more money from endorsements and
she got a lot of
money. Other stuff.
That for her, that's not that big of a fine because she has advertisements and she's making that money, which is my point exactly. You know what I'm saying? Yes, they need to earn their stripes. Yes, they need to get in here and they fight for themselves. Tate, you're absolutely right. G, you're absolutely right. They need to earn their stripes. They need to fight for themselves. That's cool. But the teammates, if you're my teammate and you don't come to my back, I'm looking at you sideways for the rest of the day. And if I'm the star at the end of the year, I'm sending you a trash bag myself.
You just said it. You just said it. But see, you just said it. You said if I'm the star, those players or those ladies that's on the Sky and the Fever don't look at Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark as being the stars. They look at them as being one of the players, and you haven't earned anything. All you did is just brought the camaraderie of what you already got in college and brought it to the WNBA. They haven't earned anything.
They didn't earn all them people in them stadiums that's coming to see them.
It's irrelevant, bro.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. It's totally irrelevant.
It's different. It's different. It's different in between the lines, Mod. You got to earn that respect in between the lines. Not just because you came into the league and people following you. You got Twitter follows and Instagram follows. You got to earn that respect in between them lines.
Of course. And
I'm gonna tell you, you're going to see it. You're going to see it in the NFL. I'm telling you right now. Caleb Williams is going to get blasted. Somebody is going to hit Caleb Williams real hard. Like real unnecessarily, like might get suspended hard because he's getting too much shine.
But his whole line will stick up for him. Because these ladies just went from the draft to their team within 3 weeks.
Yes, they don't even know him.
In football, they build right now from March all the way to the first game in September.
Yeah,
and they're gonna have a respect for their quarterback.
Yeah,
and they is gonna help him. That's part of the game in football.
Let's go ahead and switch gears because there we're talking about the OTAs. Let's talk about how the OTAs have been going. Definitely want to hear about Steelers OTAs before I get into the Cowboys OTAs. And let's talk about it real fast. Go ahead.
Let you go ahead and go with the Cowboys first because you take long. Maybe you go fast if you go first.
Big facts. Dave.
Listen, some of the things that I love hearing coming out of Cowboy camp. Number one, no, I don't like this. This is something that I'm upset about how they're handling. Every time something happens, Dez Bryant, a big name. We have to sign a big name. There's some stuff that gets started, stupid stuff that they'll try to get you into a place with Amari Cooper. They'll get you into a place where the fandom or the fans have art against one of their star players. And I hate that. And they're trying to create that Micah narrative right now. And because Micah didn't show up to OTAs one day, talking about Coach Mike is upset and angry.
He was on the sideline. He was on the sideline in the Mavericks game.
Listen,
Linda.
Wasn't
he?
He absolutely was.
Okay.
He absolutely was. And listen, Linda, I'm gonna tell you something. Michael Parsons is fine. Stay off of him. Another thing that I'm hearing out of Cowboy camp is the rookies are starting to pick up really fast. And of course, it's shirts and shorts, but they're picking up really fast. And that we like the get off of Nealon, our second round pick. They're saying his get off the ball is super, super fast. And they're saying he's looking more like Tank. A couple of things that I think was really interesting last but not least, Deuce, they're talking about running Deuce in the slot. I think I like that a little bit. Getting Deuce in getting him in space and either running back, so naturally he'll be able to take the hits from a cornerback and maybe even make a couple of them move. I think that's an explosive move and let him run some wheel routes on inside corners and linebackers who he's actually going to be, right? I like that. I like that a little bit. And that's all of the news that's coming out of Cowboy camp.
So can I ask you a question before we shift off the Cowboys? And it's not a question, it's not a shot, it's just a question.
Yeah.
As a Cowboy podcaster, as a Cowboy person who keeps their ear to the ground in Cowboy camp, how important is it to you for your star players to be at OTA?
Not OTA. No, if we're missing training camp, I have a problem with that. But OTAs, it's not that important. I mean, if you make some of the days and miss some of them, that's fine. That's your prerogative. I'm gonna let you do that. I'm gonna handle my stars with care. But when it comes to training camp and you're missing days of training camp, we got problems.
Okay. I'm just going to see, because you're going to see a whole nother narrative when me and Tate get to talking. But I just wanted to see, as a Cowboy, as a podcaster and all whatever else, what is the importance of OTAs for the Cowboys? And
there's still, Tim has a valid point. CeeDee Lamb and Micah are still working out. They're still working out. You know what I'm saying? They're just not doing it with the team.
You realize this? So the Steelers are only missing one guy out of OTAs, and that's Cam Hayward. Everybody else is there.
TJ wasn't there.
TJ wasn't there either. So two guys.
He's in Aruba with his wife.
Okay, Aruba. Okay, two guys. All right. So that's it for the Cowboys.
That's it.
Tate, the Steelers. What you got?
Been a good couple weeks, man. I mean, everybody likes Arthur Smith's offense and the way he conducts himself as a coach and teaches and explains and shows. Breaks down how the play's supposed to work from all aspects.
Yeah.
You know, Russ is looking good. Justin Fields looked excellent on Thursday.
Oh my God, yes.
Man, excellent.
Oh my God, yeah.
But
after that's big facts after.
Austria probably was right. Off the Ashton. Right. After. But yeah, Justin Fields looked excellent. I like to say they say that the new O-line is coming together. Starting to, formulate relationships and bonds with each other. I know Fautanu and Mason McCormick ride in with Zach Frazier.
Yep.
They ride in. I don't know if they're rooming together, but they ride in together. So they live somewhere close to each other, or staying somewhere close. So yeah, I like everything about the Steelers OTAs thus far. We got 4 days this week of action. So we'll see how they finish up, and but I like everything I'm seeing so far, Big G. I'll let you get into more of the specifics, but yeah.
So let me say this. I can say this not just about me, but I'm saying as the panel of the KnoItAllz. We have been G-Stradamus on a lot of things way before stuff happens. We would call things out.
You mean like Justin Fields and Russell Wilson?
Oh yeah, as a panel, I'm just saying, Mod and call stuff out. We see way before stuff happens. Okay, I'm telling you right now, OTAs is the most important part of football that have ever existed. The reason why is because the level of play across the board, everybody's 53-man rosters have gotten better, and you have to develop relationships and camaraderie early. The faster you do it, the better you're going to play once it transitions into when it really counts, right? And so I think Pittsburgh, along with there was about 7 other teams that understood this process, that how valuable and how critical OTAs is, but us coming together as a team.
But G, if you're there the first week and you miss a day the second, that's not a problem. Or 2 days in the second, I don't think that's a problem.
I don't disagree at all. I don't disagree. But the issue
to miss the whole OTAs, that's a problem. Yeah, that's a problem.
The issue is
but to miss a couple of days,
I get that, especially if you have something planned with your family and all whatever else. But you gotta be there because you're building the team building now. The team building process is so big that because, like I said, you're going to see more games. I'm telling you right now, from a G-Stradamus standpoint, you will see more games decided in this NFL season in the fourth quarter and the last drive or two than you've ever seen before in the NFL, because everybody's talent has went up.
But that's not a G-Stradamus comment. I made that comment during the draft, sir.
We all have said that. I mean, this is something we've all been talking about, right? So we know how talented these teams are, right? Now, saying all that, the OTAs for the Steelers in particular, Tate, you were head on, the 12 personnel offense that's been introduced, the diamond packages that's been introduced for Justin Fields. I'm hearing nothing but rave reviews about Justin Fields as far as maybe pushing Russie for a starting position, but definitely pushing him for playing time, right? Najee is in the best shape of his life. Darnell Washington is in the best shape of his life.
I'm hearing that noise abroad as well, that Najee's in the best shape of his life.
He's the best shape of his life.
Yeah.
Darnell Washington is in the best shape of his life.
And I'm not even trying to hear that. I'm not even trying to hear that saying it. So it must be true.
Yeah. And if you get a chance, Steeler Nation, those is rocking with us and listening to us about the Steelers, go back and look at that catch because it's out there. There's video of the catch Darnell Washington made from Justin Fields one-handed in the corner. It was ridiculous. And I was like, oh, my God. So Patrick Queen is there, full throttle. Peyton Wilson, the linebacker, they've already slotted him into inside next to Patrick Queen. Hey, man. And listen, but the one I'm excited about just as much as everybody else is Corey Trice. Take me and you said last year.
T. Riley asked the question about Corey Trice and Darius Rush.
Oh, Corey Trice going to start. And the nickel pack, and when they go nickel, the three corners are going to be Corey Trice, Jackson, and JPJ. There's your three corners.
I love Corey Trice coming out of Purdue. I was happy when I said that. I told you.
He's ready to ride.
We're going to go ahead and take a last commercial break here, man. G, take us into that before we finish the show.
Last commercial, swinging for the fences. If you're watching us live on KnoItAllz on YouTube and on Chilltown Hoops, we appreciate y'all. If you're listening to us on audio, Spotify, Google Podcasts, or wherever you get your audio podcasts, we got to get a word from our partners, pay some bills, and we'll be right back with the KnoItAllz podcast.
And we are back, man, to finish this last segment here that we have here. And we're talking about baseball. Gee, you ready, man? This is where you this is where you get your chance to shine, because there was some people that you said you needed to address at the front of the show.
Man, all I want to say is, who's the best team in baseball? I mean, there's nothing even to say. There's nothing even to talk about. It's the Philadelphia Phillies, bro. This is the best team that the Philadelphia Phillies have had since Jim Hollins, Ryan Holland, Pablo Bancaro, John Mayberry. That team, that 2011 Philadelphia Phillies squad, man. This is a great team. We have the pitching. We have the batting that will contend and play with anybody. And, like I said, people have been inboxing me on Facebook saying the Phillies this, the Phillies that. Listen, there ain't nobody that can beat the Phillies, bro. I don't care if the Dodgers get healthy. I don't care whatever American League team you put out there. The Philly, it's their time, bro. It's their time. And they've been building. This is not like all of a sudden. They've been working on this for 3 seasons. So I to be braggadocious is not to be fair. I just want to honor greatness right now, because the pennant goes through the Phillies. Everything goes through Philadelphia for the National League. If you can't, you got to beat the Phillies, and I don't think you can. I don't think you can. Not no series. Now, I don't care whatever team you like, put them up there. And Claude, you know what, Mr. Fake News? Claude Bishop, I was waiting for you. I've been waiting for you because I didn't want to come over and knock on the door of the Matrix to tell you. But what about them trash Pittsburgh Pirates that you was talking to me about? This garbage in the National League, whatever division you're in. You're horrible.
The Central.
They horrible. They're horrible.
27-32.
Trash. Big trash. So don't. Matter of fact, I ain't even had to pull the trash sign out. There you go, Claude. Trash. The Pirates is garbage.
Well, look here. We got the Phillies 41-18. The Braves 33-24. The Nationals 27-31. And that's I'll stop there in the East. In the Central, we've got the Reds at 26-33. You got the 10 games back. Tate, is there any? I mean, is there any hope for y'all making any type of moves and making it to the promised land, making it to the playoffs this year?
There's definitely hope, man. I'm not even worried yet, man. We just won 2 out of 3 against the Cubs. We should have won, swept them last night. A game that was because it was a rain delay. It didn't come on till like after 10 o'clock, and it was on till like 1:30 in the morning. It was 5-5 in the bottom of the 8th, and we put in trash Lucas Sims, one of our relievers. He gave up a 2-run homer. That's where we lost that at. I mean, for the game, it was raining. It was a nasty game as far as the conditions and stuff like that. But we would have found a way to eke out that win if he don't give up a 2-run shot to make it 7-5 going to the top of the 9th, But, I mean, I don't like where the Reds are at. I like what they got coming back. They got their best player, Matt McClain, coming back, second baseman. They got Marte was suspended. He'll be back the end of this month. Third baseman will be competing for Rookie of the Year. And you got one more player, Marte. Oh, and Carson Strand, our first baseman. He gonna come back. So there's a lot of good bats coming back to the lineup. The pitching has been fine for the most part, except for trash Lucas Sims. We play next. Who do we play next? Tomorrow we start a series against, I believe, the White Sox. We should be able to get some wins off that series. Like I said, the team is looking decent. I'm not really worried. If we is on the other shows, y'all know how to hit Big G with the breaks, talking about the Phillies. I mean, he has every right to be happy about them, but man, Big G, have a piece of humble pie, man. Be cool.
Not right now, man. Not right now. Because I had to eat crow last year because they smoked it against the Diamondbacks. And then I had to eat crow the year before that against the dang on Astros where they was out there stealing signals and cheating.
We play.
So it's our time to shine.
We play Colorado Rockies. What's their record again?
Let me see.
43-18. What you said?
We're talking about the
Phillies,
Rockies or the Reds?
Phillies.
The
Reds play the
Rockies.
Rockies.
41-18.
So 59. So they got 103 games left, Big G.
Yeah, we were all right. And Tim, I know you said you was talking mess. It was 2-0. Now it's 2-2. We got a guy on third. We just scored to make it 2-2, and we get ready to score again on y'all. We get ready to get a double right here, and we're gonna be up 3-2. And
what?
Adios muchachos to the sweep.
What inning is it?
Second. Adios muchachos, and get them out of here. Sweep of the Cardinals. Get them out. Get them out. Get them out. Adios muchachos, dog.
Oh my God! Hey, he said Big G's a sore winner. Let's see here. The Yankees are 42-19. The Orioles 37-20. Sox are 30-30. The Guardians are still doing their thing. They're doing their thug. There's a 39-20. The Royals.
They nice. The Guardians is nice, bro. The Guardians
36-25. The Mariners are in the top of the West at 34-27, and the Rangers right there at 29-30.
He struck him out. Dang.
Man, look, I'm just telling you guys, man, this was a really good show, but we're getting ready to get to our parting shots. Definitely, we want to go ahead and get to our parting shots, but before we do, we want you guys to check this out. Make sure that y'all look at this. And let's go ahead, man, and let's get to our parting shots. Take Boy Fresh, what time is it, man? Let's go ahead and you're number one. Let's get to these parting shots.
Hey, man, I just want to go over something that we talked about in the show and what an honor and privilege it is to actually be able to call Mr. Mr. Luke Atkinson. I refer to him Mr. Luke as a friend, a good friend. I see him 3-4 times a week. We talk sports. We just talk. We kick it and chop it. And just in general, we need to revere and look up to our elders, our true elders. This man is 84 years old, moves around like he's 65, man. You know, drives always got a clean car and some cowboy boots on. I mean, you know, I'm just privileged to know him and to be able to call him a friend. And I look up to, admire, and respect him. And I just, you know, am thankful for that relationship. And as we talk about the inclusivity of the Negro League into the Major League Baseball record books and those players and acknowledgement and all those things that these players in that league is getting now. I mean, he is a connection to that time, that space, that place. And like I said, he's somebody that I'm privileged and fortunate and blessed to be able to talk to and hear about all the old stories and stuff like that. So I just want to say thanks to Major League Baseball for doing what was finally right and should have been done a while ago. And just thanks to the wealth of information and knowledge I get from Mr. Luke, which is all the knowledge I get, he pours into me. It's part of the reason I'm the number one know-it-all. But thank you.
Yeah, I think you're right. I hope somebody is getting his stories recorded. You know, that's something I tried to do early with my grandmother, is record her stories. And, you know, I mean, she's 94. There's a lot of wisdom inside of there and a lot of things that we need to learn from. And, you know, hey, we're not getting it secondhand. We're getting it together. Take, that was an awesome take, man. G, talk to me, man.
Hey, man, listen. We got 11 Saturdays, man. We got 11 Saturdays. It's that time of year. I'm starting to get antsy. I got a little shake. I'm like, yeah. It's that time of year. I love professional football, but college football is my passion, man. 11 Saturdays to go, and we're here. Matter of fact, the players actually have to report back in 3 weeks. The players for the Buckeyes have to be in the building no later than the 21st of June. So shout out to my son-in-law down there right now. Hey, man, handling your business. I'm proud of you, man. So get them boys ready. But before I got to make sure I clear a little thing out there, because Mr. Claude Bishop was talking mess about my Buckeyes, and he said they handed us the worst loss in history, which is true. That's big facts, Claude. I got to give you your props. 63-14 in the 1994 Ohio State versus Penn State. However, Mr. Claude Bishop, did you know we beat y'all 63-14 in 2013? And did you know we came back and mollywopped you 45-6 in 2000? So there's been some mollywhoppings handed out there for the Buckeyes. And when I checked the stats, we won like 11 straight against Penn State. So Penn State ain't no argument. They ain't got no parts of this party in the Big Ten. The party belongs to the Buckeyes, the Michigan Wolverines, and now the newly installed Oregon Ducks. Claude. And I hope that Penn State now, I will say this. It was 63-14. I got the stats up in front of me. It was 63-14.
It was 63-14. That was Kerry Collins and them.
63-14, and it was 63-14 for the Buckeyes in 2013. We smashed Penn State. So I understand, Tim, I didn't mean to call you out. I'm talking to Claude. But I understand that Claude is talking that mess about Penn State. But Penn State needs to step up their game this season. Because if not, James Franklin, you cooked. You up out of there as a coach. Because
it ain't. That's what I'm going to ask you, Big G. Mm-hmm. Is there a new division breakdown?
There's no divisions now in the Big Ten. The top two teams make it to the Big Ten championship.
Regardless of
whatever.
Oh, okay. That's good for Penn State. Maybe they can make the playoffs now because it's 12 teams, but they was never going to win that Eastern Division. Never.
Correct. Well, now it doesn't even matter how many teams they put in from one conference as far as the playoff. It could be
right.
12.
That's why I say Penn State might make the playoffs now.
Yeah. And last point, the preseason rankings was just released. Preseason rankings: Ohio State 1, Georgia 2, Alabama 3, Oregon 4, Texas 5, Michigan 6, Florida State 7, Notre Dame 8, Ole Miss 9, and Kansas State 10. The preseason rankings have been
Penn
officially
State not in
released.
there either.
No, they are not. Penn State is ranked number 12 preseason. Tennessee is 11, and Penn State is number 12. So after, when our chat generals, congratulations, the Kansas State Wildcats are a preseason top 10 football team in the country. But this is going to be a great season.
And shout out to Notre Dame and Tim Lyons, but y'all don't want no more of that smoke this year either.
Notre Dame better get in the conference because all they can do is finish in number 5. They cannot get a top 4 seed, which means that they will never get a bye. They can host a playoff game on campus, but they will never get a bye. The highest they can finish is 5. So they need to get in a conference as soon as possible.
Yeah. So, when we're talking about this, you guys, honestly, I'm excited about college football, and I know that it's about that time. There was one thing that we didn't hit on, and I got to hit on it before I get to Mod's moments. Deontay Wilder, if you're listening, quit. It's time. It's time to hang it up, bro. It's time to hang it up.
He's cooked, Mod.
Yeah, he got hit so hard yesterday that he was looking around. He was looking around for who hit him, and then got knocked out again. It was bad. It was bad, man.
Boxers don't know when to hang it up.
Yeah, and Lennox Lewis told him, he said, man, hey, it's about time. It's about time for you to hang it up. I think, you had a respectable career. You did some stuff. It's time for you to go on and let it go, man. Time for you to let it go. You got beat. I'm telling you, man, you don't have an opportunity for another title shot. Mm-hmm. And we proved that you got a glass jaw. I mean, once they get to your jaw and they can hang with your punches, it's a wrap. So, you definitely gotta let it go. Mod's moments, man, for me, man, there's a lot of things that I always talk about. But this one's really big to me, man. I just want to talk about this energy, not just the energy from this new age spirituality thing, but there is such a thing as energy, man. And you want to stay away from energy takers in your life. You want to stay away from focusing on the past, inconsistent sleep, mess and clutter in your house, sedentary time, social media. Too much social media is an energy taker. The reason why is if you're looking at everybody else and you watching other people and you watching what they doing, you're not focusing on what you should be doing, right? Overworking, dehydration. We're talking about overworking for someone else. You should be working towards your dreams, working towards the things that you want to accomplish. Screen time goes with social media. Resentment, that's a big thing. You shouldn't be sitting around holding on to resentment and negativity. Those two things go together with me, man. When you talk to somebody and they always got something negative to say, always fussing, they're energy takers, man. You need to get away from those people. You need to get away from that environment. The news is an energy taker. Junk food, definitely an energy taker. Alcohol, stress, and fear are energy takers. Let's talk about energy givers. Let's always leave this thing on a positive. An energy giver is music. My brother, Big G, had a hard day. He was talking to me about a song that always picks him up. There's always a song that can pick you up. I have a song that I was just talking about this week by Fred Hammond. That song helps me. It's like, whatever you do, don't stop. It helps me with my relationship with God, and it helps me see myself the way that I should see me, right? Positive, moving forward, stepping forward. And nature, some people love nature and getting out. And I'm going to tell you, the sun is good for you. That D3 hitting your skin is a real game changer. It will help you to reset. Resting, getting the proper rest And I just said about sunlight, positivity. Be around somebody who's always positive. If somebody has to always bring out the negative first and then rest on the negative, and you can't talk to them without talking, hey, leave them alone. Leave them alone. And I hope you guys are taking a screenshot of what I have here on the thing so you can kind of keep this after I'm gone, right? Leave the person who's always negative out. Don't call them. No, you don't need to even be around them because they're disturbing the energy that you have moving. Always be grateful. Always have an attitude of gratitude. Nobody has to do anything for you. So when they do it for you, thank them. Thank them. Say, man, I appreciate you. Thank you so very much. Hydration, drinking a lot of water. You do need to get your pH balance up. Don't be drinking out of a whole bunch of plastic bottles, which we do. But we can, if you can get you a copper bottle, drink out of that, you'd be great. That hydration will help you. Make sure that you get into some thoughts, meditations, some prayer, movement, move around, man. Don't just stay in the same place all the time. Get up, go outside, take a walk. That'll help you with the sunshine and getting some positive D3 in you, man, to help you. Do some breath work. Take deep breaths in, deep breaths out. Calm yourself. Find your center. Some people call it the chi. Decluttering, the opposite of cluttering, having your house all people are just, hey, man, doing that when you have a whole bunch of clutter, it just has you uptight, has you, so you declutter your place. Consistent sleep. Make sure you're getting you some positive rest, right? Make sure you're getting you some positive rest, getting you, 5 to 8 hours a night. I only get 5 because, I'm up thinking. I'm always, contrary to popular belief, contrary to Tate's belief, hey, man, I am the know-it-all that knows it all because I'm always listening and researching and trying to find out something more about the world. So I'm not just sitting here, accepting where I am. I'm trying to change my tomorrow. Eating whole foods and learning something new, right? Learning something new is important. I'm going to tell you something. Anything that is not growing is dead. Fact. Anything that is not growing or connected to something that's bringing life is dead. And this is information that I wanted to share with you guys because, listen, I want to see y'all grow. I want to see y'all get better. We're growing. We're getting better. We're getting better each and every day. We get an opportunity to know each other more. We get an opportunity to see how each other run and work. And we've known each other over 30 years. We've known each other 30 years over that. And we are still learning about each other. You want to know why? Because we're still growing. I'm still growing. Tate's still growing. G's still growing. We're not the same persons we were when we met each other. So we have to continually operate in from a different place. But I'm not going to let Tate be negative 24/7. And the way that if he is negative and he's responding to me negative, I'm going to respond back positive so that way I'm counteracting what's going on with him. Same thing with G. If that's happening with him, or if I'm being negative around him, he needs to counteract that negative energy by being positive. And then if he can't, just get off the phone. Listen, there are no locks on any door. There are no locks on any door in conversation. There are no locks on any door in your house. You can get out. Don't allow anybody to mentally trap you or mentally manipulate you in staying in negative situations. But this is Mod's Moments, man. I'm not going to take up all of your time. I definitely wanted you guys out there to know, that, hey, man, we got to control the energy that's going on around us in order for us to be better. Because if you stay under negative energy and negative times, you're going to start speaking negative. And remember this one thing, one last thing. Your words create your world. So if you want your world to change in 2024, you want your world to change in 2025, your words create your world. God's principles work. Doesn't matter who's using them. The principles are the principles. They're on automation, right? Because of the simple fact that this world was formed, framed, and fitted by the word of God. So introducing that back into the world will make it move. So if you're positively impacting yourself by speaking positive language and keeping positive energy around you, you can upgrade yourself in 2024 and 2025. Man, definitely. This is Mod's Moments, man. I appreciate you. You guys got something?
Nah, bro. Like I said, man, we counting down. Let's go. And thank you guys again. 9 subs away from 500. And our goal is 1K before 2024. So thank you. And please share it with every person that's out there so we can get these subs going.
Yeah, please share that. And I think people probably just tune in, man, to wait for Mod's Moments, man, because it's always inspirational and always a good lesson, man. I appreciate you. The last thing I got to say about that is that y'all lucky. So if y'all had got into it with me and my brother, y'all would have got dusted. And I'm out.
No. You know, if you remember the end of that incident, Tate, I ended up getting into it with my own brother. You know what I'm saying? I got into it with him.
I don't remember, but it definitely seems feasible.
I'm gonna tell you, because he was telling, "Oh, Mark, you don't need to do that." I like, "Wait, hey man, I'm defending you." And you know, the late great Shane, man, grabbed me, took me into the house, made me get a drink of water and calm down. And you know what he told me? He said, "Man, that's your brother, man. I don't care if you just met him. You're not fighting your brother, man." It just,
we was over Shane's house?
No, Shane Daly, we were at your house. We were playing basketball.
He took you in my house?
He took me in your house and got me some water, man. And was like, "Hey, man, just calm down, bro. That's your brother, man. Don't be fighting your brother."
You know, Shane live right down the street. Shane was like a brother to me. You know how tight we was, Big G. Oh, yeah. I mean, he was actually your cousin, but me and Shane, we just grew up almost next door to each other for so long. Mm-hmm. We got into it one time. I'm saying that he got his nose dotted too. He always said, "Man, you was lucky. That was a lucky punch." I don't say I care what it was. Your mom came on and said, "How'd you make his nose bleed?" Pop.
Well, you know what, man?
R.I.P. to the homie, though.
Shane was a peacemaker back then. I'm gonna tell you something. Basketball, full of testosterone. Full of I tried to dunk on my own daddy. My brother will tell you, I tried to put my father in the rim, and I didn't have no mercy on him at all. Matter of fact, G was trying to help me do it. You know what I'm saying? It was like, it's crazy. So basketball is full of testosterone. I love these fellas here, man. It's nice growing with you. We are 9 subscribers, 9 away from 500. Help us to get to 500. That'll help us get to 1,000, man. So, you know, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you guys for staying with us this whole time. Keep it locked. We'll be here. Same bad time, same bad channel. Next week, we are out of here. Peace.